My name is Terry Muller, represent Muller's Paint and Paper in the village of Caledonia, and I'm pleased to be here today doing a demonstration to the small screen. We have been encouraged to take some of our paint ideas, put it in newsprint form. We've done that for a number of years, called Terry's Tips. Just helpful ideas that we've learned over the years that might save the homeowner, the painter, give them a few shortcuts that really do work and are money savers. So I'm pleased to be here today, like I say, bringing it to television. CaledoniaCable.org has been generous and wanted us to feature some of our tips now on television. So here we are today to talk about kitchen cabinet fix-ups, freshens up, short of getting the stripper out and the big gloves and doing a full strip job, particularly like on this chair. We all have nicks and wear spots on our kitchen cabinets, maybe around the kitchen cabinet door, on a chair where we might sit down. One of the family members might have a cell phone, they have a back pocket, and it kind of scratches the back in this particular case of this chair. So we're going to talk about restore it, don't strip it. Oftentimes these pieces, particularly this old, I think this is a Grand Rapids Furniture built chair, one of my favorites I use here at the paint store at my desk, very comfortable, but it's worth more in its original finish. Original varnish, original stain. I really don't want to strip it, and it kind of needs it. It's dry. The drier the piece that you're trying to repair, the better some of these products work, these Restor-A-Finishes work. They're more of a dye. They're not really a stain. The long route would be to get the stain, take it in to have Terry make you some stain to match this and some new varnish. Prior to doing that, we'd have to get it good and clean. We'd need to take our degreaser. We want to remove any hand oils. So if I had a customer said, yep, Terry, I do want to take this down. I want to go the best route possible. Or at least I want to do this Restor-A-Finish, but I do want to put a finish on it. I might use a tung oil, an old-fashioned tung oil that isn't going to react with the varnish that is on this. We don't really know what this is, but I want to go a little more thorough. I really would like to put a new varnish on it. So we want to clean it thoroughly first with a degreaser. Mixed 4 parts, most of the good ones anyway, mixed 4 parts water, 1 part degreaser. That's nice and strong. That'll remove any lemon pledge, Old English. We want to stay away from kind of some of the more like Murphy's oil. No criticism, Murphy's oil soap is not a good one for us because we want to put a finish back over it, and that leaves kind of an oily finish behind. So we want to thoroughly clean it, and then we want this piece to be good and dry. I'd mentioned that drier the better. Well, if you've just washed a piece, whether you take a little lacquer thinner that we might have out in the shop or the garage, or paint thinner, you know, a lot of people have paint thinner at home. They'll get their paint thinner and they'll try and wash off a smudge or wash off some old soap or some hand oils. And then they get their stain out. They've got just a short time to do this project. That's why we're going to show this Restor-A-Finish. It's so nice, so quick, and so easy and inexpensive. But they get that out, and now they've saturated that lumber, in this case the sides of this chair where I'm going to repair it, with solvent. And it won't accept the Restor-A-Finish, or it won't receive the stain that I need to do my fix with if I'm going to go that route, because the wood is moistened with the stain. So if you think you're going to put a new finish on it, we're not really promoting that today, but if you're going to talk about a finish, get it thoroughly clean with your degreaser, let it dry, literally let that furniture set from one weekend to the next, or about a week, and that lumber will be good and dry. Then it will receive what we're going to talk about and demonstrate, this Restor-A-Finish. Now, as you might see on this chair, let's pretend I just got this garage sale. I love it, looks great. I'm going to bring it home and I'm going to surprise my wife with it, but boy, it's got some scratches. What do we do? Well, you can see a little dust down here. We're not going to do anything to it. We're not going to get the stripper. We're going to restore it in a quick repair with very little effort. Restor-A-Finish. So I'm going to get a little pan just to be safe. I've got a little workstation. I put this chair on some newspaper on a drop cloth. We have nice runners that we sell that are just elongated, maybe 4 foot by 15. You can put that along your kitchen cabinet base and use it as a protection. I'm going to shake up my can good. I want my product, this particular one comes in a variety of colors. There's about 6, maybe 8 colors that this particular Restor-A-Finish product comes in. And all we really need is ballpark. We really don't even know this maybe is specifically a dark walnut that my Uncle Abe got at one time and he told me the recipe. We don't really need to know that. If you take that same stain that Uncle Abe got for you, well-meaning help, and you do a raw spot, it's going to come up real dark. It's going to strike in and say, hey, I used the same stain. It has too much guts in it. It's got too much goodies. We just want a dye stain. So I'm going to get one called dark walnut. Yeah, it looks kind of like a walnut color. I'm going to choose from my 6. I'm going to get it close. Maybe bring a chair in, have it kind of matched up a little bit. Just get in the ballpark. You don't want maybe a cherry Restor-A-Finish if we're going to do a dark brown chair. I'm going to get some of these disposable gloves. Notice I'm not out in my paint clothes. I'm just in my coming home from work clothes. I don't want to make a big deal out of this. I forgot to get this done just before a function that we're going to have, maybe a birthday party or something, or a Christmas holiday, and those chairs look kind of bad. I'm going to take my Restor-A-Finish and I'm going to use steel wool. Now some of these can just be done with a paint rag, but I want a little bit more biting action. I want a little bit more grit. This is just a very low, thin viscosity product. I'm going to use my steel wool to get a little bit more biting action, and if I lubricate it with this Howard's Restor-A-Finish, we're not going to scratch. I'm going to pour this right on my steel wool. Notice I took a piece out, I broke it in half just to be conservative. I don't need much of a brush or much of a pad applicator. So I'm going to saturate this steel wool with my dark walnut, kind of a generic repair. And this over here looks pretty dry. I'm just going to mop this on real quick and easy. Maybe give it a little scrubbing action. This side's kind of some nicks. Where Terry's cell phone sat down. See this rung on this chair? Pretty well scratched up. I just did this one. This is all I'm doing. I'm restoring it without stripping it. And I'm going to get this dye stain out. Oh, there's a little paint. Yeah, a little scrub. We'll kind of let that set a minute. Go on to the next one. I don't know where that paint came from. Let that set a minute on there. I'm not really protecting the chair with any drop cloth or tapes or anything. I'm just getting this wipe-on product. Now I'm going to come back to that little spot of paint. Yep, soften it right up. Kind of like a stripper might, but there's no stripper really in it. It's just the petroleum in this product. Kind of a dye. Now that one's a little more of a smudge. Isn't going to come on. We're going to leave that on. But here, where I had my nicks, I'll maybe do the back of this. Hopefully you can see this in the audience. I'm just going to dress that back. This might, even though I'm not going to take the time to strip it and refinish it, this top edge from handling may have to be washed and let dry a few days or better part of a week, just from moving the chairs, just our hand oils. What will happen is when you put the Restor-A-Finish on it, you see it kind of migrate off of it. If it's really got a buildup on it, you might want to clean it first. But this will also take most of that right off. If it's not too aggressive, don't do a thing. Just get that out. Now I am basically, I'm going to look this other side, make sure I don't have a run here. No, there's a little I didn't see. Okay. Great. Now, that backrest of that chair is very close to being finished. Maybe a little paper towel, or in this case I think it's a little softer. I'm just going to get a little t-shirt material. I'm going to cut it to a usable size piece. Don't need much. Maybe I'll just take that, get a little razor knife. Carry a nice wallpaper knife with you. Pocket knife. Cut that, get a scissors. Cut your paint rag. Remember, we're trying to conserve. We don't want it too linty, cotton, lint-free material. Maybe put that glove back on. You want to look nice when you're done with this project. You don't want to look like you put a lot of effort, and you really don't want to put a lot of time in. I'm going to take that Restor-A-Finish right back off, kind of lightly. I'm just going to kind of pad the excess off. Remember, I didn't put a drop cloth down on the seat of this chair. I didn't take the dust off. I just brought it in. We just got it. I just want to give this to my family member as a gift, and it's they needed something up in their office or by their computer, a new chair, and this one's a really nice one. I bought it at a reasonable price, but it had these scratches. It looked dry. It looked kind of bad. This Restor-A-Finish, I'm going to check this backside. I am done. Now the only thing I'm going to do is let this set maybe overnight. This dries quickly. It's a lacquer-based product. There's no varnish I'm going to put over this, and there's really no need to. I've just touched up the nicks, the scratches in this. This is a very quick. I had a contractor come in and say, "Oh boy, Terry," he said, "that product you sold me, that Restor-A-Finish, it has made us money. It's helped our customers out so immensely. It's just such a quick, simple kitchen cabinet freshen up without getting big strippers out and going through that major expense." So Restor-A-Finish, excellent product, available at most good paint shops. Restore it, don't strip it. Just kind of look after a minute, just make sure you don't have any little excess runs. We don't want that. It's going to just dry right in, and it's going to be done here, and by tomorrow it's ready to put into use. So that is our kind of a bit of a detail, and yet a little bit of an overview on how do we fix this without putting a lot of money, a lot of effort into it. Restore it, don't strip it. Thank you for paying attention and watching this demonstration. If you'd like to read about this, go to caledoniacable.org, download it, and you can read an abbreviated version of this tip, this technique, caledoniacable.org. Thank you very much.